This is Adventurer for Life. I'm Joel, and this is day 2 of the 74 Cutlass 50th anniversary cross-country Odyssey adventure. And again, I stayed last night here at the Switzerland Inn in the town, or whatever they call this, of Little Switzerland on the Blue Ridge Parkway. So this is one of the few, I think there's 3 hotels on the Blue Ridge Parkway. This is the one in the middle. I think the other 2 are maybe government owned. Anyway, that's where I had breakfast this morning, and they have a restaurant for dinner in there also. This obviously is the hotel area. You can see that it's done up like a Swiss chalet or whatever. And you'll see as we get here in the back that just got an absolutely gorgeous view of the Appalachian Mountains, which is what the Blue Ridge Parkway goes through. I've had dinner here several times on this back porch, again overlooking the mountains. You see this morning again, it's pretty smoky, foggy, whatever that is out there. Obviously it's not smoke, but pretty foggy out there. But I think you can see sun shining. Yesterday it was super foggy. Anyway, so let's recap yesterday just real quick. Again, the trip was from Atlanta to here. It was probably 450 miles, something like that. I did the Cherahalla Skyway, Tail of the Dragon, Foothills Parkway, Smoky Mountains, and then the Blue Ridge Parkway. I stayed over there one time, so you got kind of a nice view out. Anyway, the drive was good. I had the issues with the car as far as the transmission / overdrive, and again, I don't know which one's the problem, but once I got out of all that traffic in the Smoky Mountains and all that upshifting and downshifting, the transmission / overdrive worked flawlessly. Now again, yesterday morning when I first got in the car and started in the morning, the overdrive wouldn't come on at all. So we'll see this morning what happens. And then I told you, when I came in here last night, twice I pulled off the Blue Ridge Parkway to get gas, and as crazy as this sounds, it just was I'm going to call it too difficult. And there was a bunch of traffic around Asheville at one point, and I mean an unbelievable amount, and I didn't have cell service, so I couldn't figure out where the closest gas station is, so I just decided, hey, I got enough gas, I'll keep going. And then I got off at another spot. Well, it happened to be about 10 miles from here, south of here, and the gas stations were 9 miles away, the closest one. So I said, well, I'll just go here, and there's a gas station about 5 miles from here. But no kidding, I'm coming up the last hill, and I guess the little gas that I had sloshed to the back of the tank, and the front of the tank is where the fuel pickup is, fuel pump, and it started sputtering. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm not gonna make it up this hill. Fortunately, I probably only had a few hundred yards to go. And at that point, was able to get over the hill. And once I got over the hill, the gas sloshed to the front. And, you know, I was able to coast. I'm gonna call it coasting. It wasn't really coasting. The engine ran the whole time into this parking lot, and since I was on flat ground when I got here, we'll pull into a parking place. The staff here was nice enough to give me probably a gallon and a half of gas, and again, the gas station that I've been to before is only about 5 miles from here, so I'm going to go get some gas. Anyhow, the plan for today is to get back on the Blue Ridge, drive the other 334 miles of the Blue Ridge to Waynesboro, Virginia. And so I'll film a few things along the way, and you know, that are of interest. But today's mostly going to be driving up the Blue Ridge, and so this is probably going to be a pretty short day. See you out there on the road. So we hit another one of these sections. I'm about mile marker 300 or so on the Blue Ridge. You see it's still overcast, but hit another one of these sections where the bridge hangs out off the mountainside, or the road hangs out the mountains, off the side of the mountain. I can't get that out. Anyway, to me it's just absolutely gorgeous because you get these, you know, semi-panoramic views, and just get, you know, you get to see so far and so much. It's not a very long section here, but to me it's going to be one of the better views that we have today. So I wanted to show it to you. Again, I'm probably 35 miles into the day. So as luck would have it, part of the Blue Ridge Parkway is closed. If you can read that sign down there, then I'm approaching Bridge Out, 1.8 miles, local traffic only. So that's why they call them adventures, because you never know what's coming next. I did detour around a part of, I rode my motorcycle up and down the Blue Ridge last year and had a detour. I don't think this is the same one. Anyway, we're gonna take this detour and see what happens. Well, I'm back on the Blue Ridge. That detour was not the same one that I was on last year, because it was pretty long, maybe 30 or 40 miles. That was probably a 5 or 10 mile detour, and got back on the Blue Ridge pretty quick. Great overlook here. Grand view overlook. Anyway, as far as the car goes, by the way, transmission overdrive been flawless today. I checked, I told you that the gear shifter got really hot yesterday when the thing was acting up its worst. And then when I coasted down the backside of the Smoky Mountains, it cooled off. Now it's still warm. It was still warm when I got to the hotel last night, but this morning it was, you know, as you would imagine, it was cold because it was cold last night. I've been, you know, touching it every 10-15 minutes a day, and it's basically, you know, ambient air temperature. So, you know, I'm thinking that my theory may be correct, that it just didn't like all that upshifting and downshifting that I was constantly doing, following that other traffic and going uphill at the same time. And I'm hoping God's watching over me, and it's good to go for the rest of the trip at this point. It's working flawlessly. I'm about mile marker 280, by the way, so I'm 55 miles into today and got 280 miles to go until Waynesboro. Well, here we go again. This may be the detour again that I had to go around last year. We'll see. A little frustrating, obviously. Not a big deal, but I don't know how long it takes them to fix these detours. How much money is that? Federal money or state money? I assume it's federal money, but anyhow, taking off on this detour, and we'll see where it takes us from here. Okay, finally got it back on the Blue Ridge. I'm in Virginia now. We were doing this detour for 50 miles, and I not only drove a little over 50 miles as part of the detour, but it appeared that it took about 50 miles of the Blue Ridge off. Anyway, so that was kind of a bummer, but you know, I'm back on now. I'm in Virginia, and again, you know, this, what I'm showing you right now is as pretty as what we saw in North Carolina, but the rest of it really hasn't been. And that's not, I mean, it's been nice. I mean, Virginia's a beautiful state. I've always thought Virginia was very pretty, and it is. But, you know, there's been a lot of hay fields, and there have been a lot more homes that have been kind of up close to the road. I mean, they're not right on the road or anything like that, but, you know, it's just been a lot more populated, I would say, and not nearly as many mountains. So I'm at mile marker, probably 175 or so right now. So it's been a while since I did that last video clip, and a lot of that, especially after I got back on after the detour, has been kind of lowlands kind of thing. It is windy here. It's really windy this morning too, but anyway, still making my way. Got another, like I said, probably 175 miles to go. The weather's really nice, and it's been a beautiful day. By the way, car's still working flawlessly, so I'm thrilled about that, and we'll just keep paying attention to it. Okay, still in Virginia on the Blue Ridge Parkway. I stopped to video this. It's pretty cool. This is one of the few places in this ridge that I'm on right now. Here comes a bicyclist, by the way, going a jillion miles an hour down that hill. Anyway, this area, you can see both sides of the valley. So, you know, most of the time you're on one side of the mountain or the other. In this particular case, again, you got the view, and you can see the road, obviously, as you're driving down. You can see, you know, on the left side, I guess that's the west side, and then this is the east side. One other thing that's neat about this place, there's that sign right there behind my car, says that the Appalachian Trail goes right through here. In fact, I don't know if you can see it through the trees there, but there's a little picnic table, and down there there's a sign, you know, marking the Appalachian Trail. So the Appalachian Trail goes right through here, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, great view on both sides. And, you know, after I was a little bit negative about Virginia earlier, after that video, it's been, you know, mountainous and really nice views ever since then. So I guess there was just a section when you first got into Virginia that was in the lower elevations or whatnot. But since then, it's been really, really, really nice. And so I take back all the bad things I said. There's the trail marker for the Appalachian Trail, by the way. So anyway, a little bit more later. I'm at about mile marker 90 or 85, something like that. So not a lot further to go. Okay, Afton Overlook is the last overlook, or actually it's the first overlook, because they start counting on the north side. So we're heading to mile marker, actually I think we've already passed mile marker 1. But I'm going to video the last, whatever, quarter mile, half mile, whatever this is. And what we'll see is that, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and cross over. No, I'm not. I'll do it tomorrow. But I'm going to ride up Skyline Drive tomorrow, or drive up Skyline Drive and video that. There's Waynesboro. There's where I'm staying. There is the exit sign for the Blue Ridge Parkway right there where those motorcycle guys are. And that bridge right in front of us takes you into Shenandoah National Park and Skyline Drive. So anyway, that's it for today, into day 2 of the 50th anniversary cross-country Odyssey. And we'll pick it up tomorrow.